Hi there everybody, my name's Preya Chauhan, I'm the founder of Cherish Healing, and today we start a series called Cherish Healers, celebrating people that are doing positive work to enrich our future generations in terms of well-being through various different means. We're going to be interviewing a host of different guests. My first one is this gentleman here. I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi there, my name is Ashish Goenka. I'm from Mumbai. I run an organization called Mingle. I also happen to be Priya's brother-in-law. I think your next question is about 4 facts, so I'll just talk about the 4 facts about myself. So I have 3 beautiful daughters. I live in Mumbai, as I said, from Calcutta originally, which is also in India. I am going to be 40 in 2 years.
Brilliant. So I was really interested in an initiative you've kind of spearheaded in India called Wonderise. Can you tell me a little bit about it and what's your initial inspiration for it?
Wonderise, as the name suggests, it asks people to rise wonderfully. It's a play on words, obviously, but it means different things to different people, which is quite interesting. Let me tell you a little bit of what I do, and that will kind of set the frame or the context for what Wonderise is. So my background is mainly in banking, consulting, usual corporate jobs, and I got a bit sick of it and decided to do something of my own, which is what Mingle is. So we set up and run co-working spaces, providing young budding entrepreneurs and freelancers a space to work out of, something like the Impact Hub, which is also popular all around the world. Really. That was the that I started building. That's when I started coming across the concept of communities, and I found that I really enjoy building communities of whether they are entrepreneurial people, creative people, freelancers. I think the future is in communities, and Facebook is just one big, huge online community, right? Wonderise came out of that community. We had quite a few people, entrepreneurs, who were working out of our spaces, who worked in the wellness space. It might have been something like they had designed a new kind of yoga class, or they had come up with a new energy drink, or a soft cold pressed juice, or they were selling apparel for fitness enthusiasts. And one of the common problems I found amongst this community of wellness entrepreneurs is that they found it very hard to reach a targeted audience, a relevant audience. And at the same time, we were, when you look at a city like Mumbai, it's very busy, it's very polluted, it's a lot of noise, a lot of nightlife is amazing, but there was no real morning life, even though there's a huge community of people who actively seek out wellness. There's biker groups, there's running groups, there's all these people. So we thought, well, how do you make these people who are seeking out wellness experiences, and these people who are creating or entrepreneurs in the wellness space, how do you connect them? How do you connect the platform? And so we created Wonderise, which is based on some of the concepts that you find in the West as well, about morning parties, which is sober parties. So we started the first one in India, where we have a dance party. We allow performers to come and perform. We have live music. We have this time the next one's on the 21st of August, where we're having a musical bowls, some kind of yoga
healing
bowl.
Yes, I'm a fan.
Giving people who seek out wellness experiences a platform to learn about more new experiences, try new types of food, experience new types of, whether it's dance, or whether it's music, or whether it's just like even a Zumba class, for example. But the idea is to really give them a platform to be able to experience new things, and at the same time give the wellness entrepreneur community a platform to market their products and services. So that was the original thought behind it. That's how it all came about. what it's ended up being is actually quite interesting, because it's kind of taken a life of its own now, and we're having, other than the commercial aspect of it, we get regular calls from people who really love the concept, love the idea of a fresh way to start your morning.
And how early do they start, out of interest?
We start at 6.
Okay.
And in a city like Mumbai, to get anyone to get up and come at 6 o'clock is an achievement in itself. It's a very late night city, but not a very early morning city. But we didn't have one, and we've been having one every month since March, and we didn't have one in July, and I had more phone calls than I can count in terms of why is not one not happening in July. And it's not the traditional, typical fitness freak, or it's not the traditional. The crowd is very mixed. And we normally have a breakfast afterwards. We find a lot of people just hang around after and mingle and meet new people, and that's really what it's about. It's about, and a lot of these people have now become friends, and it's another way of meeting people who have a like-minded thought process, who enjoy the similar kind of things, and for people to experience a new way of starting their mornings in a wonderful manner.
What's been the biggest success for you? What have you most kind of taken that sense of satisfaction from Wonderise so far?
Yeah, there's been people who've really connected to the idea, and a lot of people ask me, what is Wonderise? And it's very difficult for me to say, because it's not a dance party, it's not a Zumba class, it's not a fitness. There's something more in it. The fact that you're coming together with a whole load of strangers to essentially enjoy a different experience in the morning, and people have appreciated that aspect of it, rather than it just being put in a box. Okay, this is a fitness party, that's what it is. So we have lots of different things going on. So last time, which was in June, we had a capoeira session, and we had a capoeira training session, and the guys who came down from Brazil, they were actually playing the capoeira music, and the whole place was just, the sound was just amazing, and everyone enjoyed that aspect of it. As I said, this time we're having healing bowls. Normally we have it at rooftops in Mumbai, because that kind of the view, the air is cleaner, the views are beautiful, and you see the sunrise and you party into it. So there's a kind of a, lack of a better word, a spiritual element to it, which I think a lot of the attendees have felt and caught on to, and they've come and spoken about that to me, and that, I think, is amazing, that it's kind of taken a shape of its own, rather than, we didn't have any agenda when we decided to put it together. So I'm quite glad that it's evolving organically, and that makes me feel quite good.
It sounds like the modern day sun salutation, really, and the idea of parting into the sunrise, it just sounds really, really beautiful. A lot of people wake up and it's like, oh, the alarm, snooze. It seems like what you've created is a motivator that gets people up and excited about the morning, which is really brilliant.
Saying that, I'll also say that the last one we did was at a rooftop nightclub in Mumbai, and obviously this time it was in the morning, so it's not a nightclub. But that same hotel has a few other clubs and bars on the lower floors. And when I got there at 4 a.m. myself to finalize the setup and everything, I found a whole load of people just hanging around in the lobby, because they had been partying all night,
Right.
And they wanted to do a detox party in the morning, which was Wonderise. So that was also quite amazing. But yeah, I mean, we're open to all. We're complete. We don't turn anyone away. We don't. There's no bouncers at the door. There's no dress code. You come as you are, and you're there to feel and be however you want, and experience whatever you want to experience, or whatever you end up experiencing.
You've spoken about your successes. Can you maybe share with us any failures or challenges that you've come across with Wonderise, and also perhaps how you've overcome them?
The bigger challenge, I think, has been a mindset, because it took a while to get these people to come around, because the first reaction of most people is, don't be silly, it's a morning party, it's not going to work.
What one thing can someone out there do to implement this similar type of vision if they want to connect to something like Wonderise, if they have an idea that is a little bit out of the odds? What one bit of kind of advice or suggestion might you give them?
One of the most important things is two things, I'd say. One is to be very true to your ethos, ideals, whatever they are, right? So if your ethos is about making money, you should be focused on that. If your ethos is about building communities, be focused on that. If your ethos is about whatever it is, if it's wellness, if it's social change, if it's whatever it is, be very true to that. So that's one thing. And the second thing I would say is very important is that you really have to give. The more you give, the more you'll get back. It's very simple. So a lot of people join communities to take stuff from the community. They see a community which is valuable. For example, a community of investors, and you join that community because you think you might be able to one day use them. But whatever community you join, if you don't give to that community, that's really the beauty of community. You give, you get back. And if you're creating one, it's very important that you build that culture of giving to the community.
Okay, brilliant. What one change do you hope your work will achieve in society?
I hope these communities will over time drive change in the world. For example, the entrepreneurial community that I work with, a lot of them are coming up with very interesting new businesses, new ideas, and as they grow, I hope they will have a lot of impact in the world. Similarly, the Wonderise community, hopefully it helps people to realize that there's different ways of doing things, if not just you can enjoy yourself without alcohol.
How do you create that Wonderise feeling in yourself, or how do you cherish yourself? Because being an entrepreneur, it does take a lot. It is a relentless pathway.
For me, it's my kids. When I need a little bit of that TLC, they just bring all the energy that I need.
Yeah.
It's all there.
Yeah.
I'm lucky to have 3 of them.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Ashish Goenka. And so if you want to know more about Wonderise and how you can connect with this fantastic community, I'll be leaving information in the details below. Thank you for listening. Hope it's been of use to you. Certainly been a bit more insight for me. Thank you very much.